The Hamster Kombat Season 2 is live and running, and currently all of the projects are now available to play. Of course, the Hamster Booster is not yet for everyone, but it's still a closed group that can test it. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about the Hamsterverse in general. And there were so many questions about the different parts of the project, the Hamster Game Dev, also the Hamster Fight Club and Hamster King. I'm going to make sure I explain everything in this video, slow and steady. And also, the video will be departed into different timestamps. So whatever you are looking for, just click on this timestamp so you don't have to watch what you do not want to watch. So of course, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Enoch Okedere and welcome to another cryptocurrency video. So of course, as you guys know already, Hamster Kombat Season 2 is live and running, which is also now known as the Hamsterverse. The layer 2 blockchain on Ton is crazy. I mean, they've started doing transactions. You want to be part of this because so far, so good. Hamster Kombat looks like the only project that is actually doing a whole lot, taking the Web3 mantle really far, because they've developed different games. Now they're developing transaction things. It is very huge. Of course, let's get right into it. Now, of course, as you guys can see, this is the Hamster Kombat mini app on Telegram. And one thing I want to repeat again is I'm going to make this video very concise and in different departments. So you can just skip to the part you need to watch or skip to the part you're having problems with, because I'm going to talk about the Hamster Game Dev Heroes, the Fight Club, Hamster King, and the Hamster Booster. Okay, I'm going to talk about everything in this video. So just skip to the part you need to check. So of course, we're starting, of course, with this interface in general. As you guys can see, we have the Hamsterverse. Wallet is not yet there. It's coming soon. Charge is also coming soon. And then we have the profile. Now, as you guys can see, many of you had questions about the Hamster Interlude results. Some people were like, so did we just waste our time? So apparently, if you are going to still play on in the Hamster Kombat Season 2, which is also the Hamsterverse, your interlude is very important. And I made mention of that in the video when I made about the interlude season. It was a prep for the Season 2. And that is just what they've done. So of course, Game Dev Heroes, we've already gotten our rewards. We got game pads and some coins, depending on what you mined. If it was PPH or coins, we already got rewarded for that in the Game Dev Heroes. Now, the Hamster Fight Club is coming soon. So depending on what you got in the interlude season, you'll get some bonus, probably maybe a chest, a pack, or maybe some upgrade points. That's what I'm thinking you're going to get in the Hamster Fight Club. And also in the Hamster King, you still get something as well. Maybe also a chest with lots of materials to upgrade your buildings. And the Hamster Boost is also very huge. So these rewards will still come, very soon. Now, going back to the Hamsterverse platform, we're going to talk about the Hamster Game Dev Heroes. We'll start with exactly what is there. So now, the major questions many of you had was about hiring staffs and also getting the fun bonus. Okay, so if I mentioned correctly, if you go all the way to office, now this is my screen. We go all the way to office on the bottom. You guys can see this is where you hire staff. And then I purposely let a spot free for you guys so that you could see literally how I'm hiring my staff. In the middle of the screen on the right, you have a hamster lady with hire as the button over there. So when you click hire, you can hire a staff. Now, there's also an hiring advice over here. Now, as you guys can see, the top 3 settings is cyberpunk. So we know that anyone we're going to hire has to have the cyberpunk trait. For example, we have Fodl here. He doesn't have the cyberpunk. He has the steampunk in the top corner. You can see the hat. The next person has what? Sports. The next one has a cyberpunk. So we know this is who we're going to hire, okay? Or the next one has what? Western. So we do not need this. But before we even hire that, we need to know what traits exactly. Is it a game designer? Is it a developer? Or is it an artist we need? We come all the way back to office, and you guys can see my stats on the right top corner. You can see 4 developers, 4 artists, and 4 game designers. So it doesn't matter at all. We can hire anybody at all. But of course, if you have 443 or, whatever, you try to make sure it is accurately a complete number. And of course, if it's not accurate enough, but you want to know what to do, you can come all the way back to project, and on project, you can see different projects, of course. Now, depending on the level you are in, for example, if you're in Tycoon, for example, you need 3 game developers, you need 2 artists, and you need 2 game designers. Okay, so that is basically understandable. If you're in visual novel, you need 332. If you're in adventure, you need 332. So you can also check here before you go and buy the final project person, or before you hire the last hamster. And now the next question is, many people asked about something. So we already know now that it's compulsory for you to hire the hamsters in the same traits. For example, over here, you guys can see mine is cyberpunk, all of them cyberpunk, all of them. So this makes it easy for me to get much more fun bonuses and also to work faster doing each and every project. Okay, that is why it is very important. Now, the next question you guys were asking is, some of you already upgraded all of them to the same people, but you're getting an error message showing no fun bonus. Now, that is not because it's an error message, it is the right message, but the problem is your hamsters have not gotten to that level yet. For example, if you are getting that kind of error message, all you need to do is come here. For example, you guys can see on the screen here, you can see free net runner. The minimum fund that my team is meant to produce is 55 million to qualify for this bonus. You guys can see it here. It says free net runner, 4 minutes 24 seconds, 55.6 million is what we have attained. And minimum needed is 55 million to get a fun bonus. So it means that I have reached the level that my hamsters can get the fun bonus. But of course, if you're not up to the level, it will show in red. Okay, it will be red, which means you still need to go back to your team and upgrade all of their fun bonuses. Now, the main people that will have this problem are the people that started sacking so many of their hamsters to get the hamsters in the same the same project sense. For example, in the same cyberpunk or in the same sports or something like that. These are the people that have the problem, because at the end of the day, the hamsters will not be evenly upgraded with the fun bonus. Now, let me show you what I mean. For example, over here, I have Puppy fun bonus. As you guys can see, upgrade fun is down here. The fun index of a hamster is how much he or she adds to each point of their work in each project. So this one is 42, next one is 50, next one is 43, next one is 41, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 35, 33. So if you are having that error message, which is not an error message of no fun reward, come all the way back here. You need to upgrade all of your hamsters evenly and a lot so that they can match that level. So you just need to test it, check, and test it, check, test it, and check. And another way you're going to know that it is because of the fun bonus is not enough is if you come all the way outside back, go to project, for example, free net runner, and it's showing red over here. By the time you choose in change project a lesser project that doesn't require so much fun from your workers or from your staff, you will get that fun bonus immediately. Okay, so that is the reason you need to upgrade all of your staff's fun bonus till you start getting your fun rewards. So those were the major 2 questions that were being asked in the whole Hamster Game Dev Heroes. Now, the last but not the least thing about the Hamster Game Dev Heroes is basically about the Bitquest. Many people were asking, how do you get the code to the Bitquest? It is simple. Now, this is the screen. I'm just going to go to play. When you go to play, it takes you into Bitquest, which is a mini app. This is like a mediator for third-party games. Now you can see we have many games here on the Bitquest. We need to just click on one, for example, and then when you click play, you're going to download the game. So I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to download it because I personally do not need to download the games. I'm just showing you. So when you download the game, you play the game. When you get to a level, you get a key. Now you copy the key, for example, as you can see here, you copy the key. And when you get the key, you come all the way, one second, you come all the way back to Hamster Game Dev Heroes. And then one second, it's still loading. And then you go all the way back to where is it, the CEO room, and then you enter the code and activate. And as soon as you do that, you get gamepads. Now the gamepads are very, very, very important for you. It's important in upgrading your hamster's fun level. Is also important for you in doing the daily combo. So finally I finished that project, so I'm going to show you guys now. It looks, and I'm going to go fun bonus. I got 206.96k, and I'm going to click claim all. And now guys, the fun bonus is still very, very little in my opinion. It's still very, very little, so I still need to upgrade my stars a whole lot. And of course, after completing okay, now I have a new level of reputation, and now I have the action genre. I have a new genre, which is action. Now I'm going to show you guys something. So when we go to change project and we go all the way to action, you can see now it says required team is 4 game designers or developers, and we need 5 artists. So this would make me know that the next person I'm going to hire from here has to be an artist, okay? Otherwise, I would not be able to make projects in the action department. I will not even be able to click into it. So I need to hire an artist as the 5th person in my team. So I hope that is self-explanatory. It was wonderful that we had this example to use. Okay, so that is basically it about the Hamster Kombat Game Dev Heroes. Now let's go all the way back to the beginning. We go all the way back to the Hamsterverse portal. Next thing is the Hamster King. This is the difficult one, and this is the one that you have to take a deep a breather and just understand. It is very difficult, but at the same time, once you understand it, it is also very, very easy. Now, the way we're going to explain this is we're going to use the brochure to understand each and everything on the game. So you guys can also do this. If you read it, you will understand it totally, okay? Totally. Now, before we go into the brochure, I'll just tell you the aim of the game. Now, the aim of the game is to conquer territories. Conquer territories, build buildings, upgrade, collect items, and use them to upgrade your buildings and keep expanding. That is the main mission of the Hamster King. So let's just say king, you know. What does a king do? Conquer territories, you know, upgrade his levels, fight battles and all this. That is the aim. Now, there is a small brief here that we can read, a small hint, like a journal where we can read and use to understand the game in general. So we're going to use this one to just understand what we're supposed to do on the Hamster King mini app. First one is the city selection for base. You need to get a base. Now you have your map. This one, every one of you would find it. You can choose anywhere on the map. And it says choosing the base only determines the starting point for exploration. You can keep exploring as much as you want. As you guys saw already, I have made 18 out of 18 buildings. I cannot even make any more now until I upgrade fully before I get more chances to probably add more buildings. It also says Popular areas may have more points of interest, but competition in competitive activities will significantly higher there, will be significantly higher there. That's the first one. You choose a place. Now, next one is the building exploration. There are different buildings on the map. There are hospitals, there are maybe schools, there are offices, buildings, barracks, different things, factory, and all of these things. Now, each building develops different materials needed to upgrade the buildings that you of course need to upgrade. For example, we go all the way to map. As you guys can see, there's many buildings here that I've unlocked. So if we click this one, we have this commercial. If we click this one over here, it's also commercial. I have two commercial. If you click this one, you guys can see it's building. That's is here. This is a building. If we click this one here, you guys will see it's an office. There's another one I got over here. It's a residential. It's shown as residential. Probably a mistake. But then we have also office here, more offices. We have a military base here. So I've managed, and we have an investment, a casino, special access needed. So we have different buildings on the map that you guys can choose. Okay, that is the first part. Different buildings, different resources, of course. Now, next thing is, we already talked about building exploration. That is basically what you get. So now we are going to choose one building, just any random building. Okay, and note that what I do for one building has to be done for every other building. So now I'm just going to go all the way to map. Let's choose a level 5 building. It's a hotel. Nice. And here you can see different. Now think of an hotel. Yeah, there'll be a bedroom, hallway, pantry, bedroom, restroom, bedroom again, pantry, basement, hallway, restroom. Okay, so now you need to manually find the resources from all of these buildings. For example, in the restroom, let's start with the first one, restroom. You have what you need, okay, in the restroom to get some resources from the restroom is 5 recruits, okay, 5 recruits. So these are the ones that work. So you need 5 recruits, and you're going to get caps, Hamster Cola caps. It's like the currency. It's like the treasure here. You need 10 recruits and 1 rusty chain to get the knocks, okay? I think the acorns. And also you will get some Hamster Cola caps, okay? Now, not saying that you will not get more rewards if you do these things. You will obviously get more rewards, but you're guaranteed to get these 2 things already. So for example, if you need an upgrade for an hamster to upgrade the level of the hamster which goes to fights, you need always mostly the acorns and of course the Hamster Cola caps. And the final one, in the restroom, you need 10 hamsters, and then you're going to get a torn map. Now, this turn map would also be used to do some upgrades later on. So now that we already know what it is all about, I've explained the basic things, but this one is for restroom. You have to apply the same for the others. For example, if you're looking for anything across the map, if you need any material to upgrade any building, which I'm going to show you guys very soon, all you need to do is come to each building, you go to the map, come to the building, and then you check, okay, restroom, I can get an acorn and hamster caps here. I can also get a turn map. Or what I'm looking for is not here. What about here? Only Hamster Cola caps. What about, and in the other places we cannot yet see what we can get because it has not been unlocked yet. Okay, so I'm just using this one for starters. Now the next one, we're going to do it also, that is this next one, we're going to scheme it to the max level. You see, we're getting exactly what we know we'll get from it. Okay, some more, some less, more, less, more and less. So we're going to just wait till we get all the way to level 5. Level 5 is the highest level for this kind of facilities. But for the special facilities, level 10 is the highest level. Now we're going to do the last one as well. You have to complete all of this before you can unlock the other buildings, other, let's say, rooms in this hotel. Okay, you need to complete all of this first. Complete the first one, go to the next one, poco a poco, step, easy, steady. So we're good. Now I'm just using this infinity circle to do to the max level. Otherwise, I will have to be doing it one by myself manually, and that will take ages. So what I just do is click this infinity circle and click to max level. It will keep, you see, we're getting the map, we're getting the turn maps, more of it. We're getting color caps as well. We're going, and now it's on the max level. And on the max level, we got even much more recruits and much more color caps. Okay, now there is also another meta, but this is after you might have unlocked building to the max. You can click on this infinity, this circle, let's say the recycling circle, click on it, and you can do times 50 of it. Okay, but note that when you're doing times 50, you are indirectly doing 5 hamsters, 5 recruits times 50. You're equally using 50 of them, but doing this gives you more opportunity to get more resources. Okay, so we're just going to click that. You can see it's loading, and voila, see, so much resources. We even got cages, we got many things. Okay, you can do the same thing for every building. Here it's only times 27 that we can do, and we got many acorns, and of course what they call it, and hamster color caps. And the last one, we can also do lots of it all the way to 50. And then we got also knives. We got knives here. Knives are also very useful to upgrade the hamsters so that they can fight better. So as you guys can see, we just did justice there, explaining how to max out and upgrade the restroom, for example, and also to keep upgrading the hotel. And as you guys saw, as I kept doing that, we're going to do it again. As I kept doing that, the level of my hotel keeps increasing. We're now on level 15. We started with level 5, but we're currently on level 15. Okay, good. As you guys can see, the second one in the middle here, the rusty chain, I cannot do it anymore because I do not have any rusty chains no more. Okay, so and now we're going to click on rusty chain, old and fragile, very common. It can be found in tier 1 buildings. Okay, so you're going to check your other tier 1 buildings and see if you can find the rusty chain. So the same way I came here to check, you can keep checking. Now, as you guys can see, Allway is already open for us to also upgrade and to get resources from it. So we do the same thing, unlock to max level, everything keeps unlocking. So that is just basically how you do it for each and every building all the way till the top. Okay, so that is simple. We have done that now already. Good. So now we're going to go to the next one. As you can see, basement is also unlocked, and now we can do basement as well. Where we keep doing that, all the other ones keep unlocking, and we keep doing it, rinse and repeat. So now we're going to go back all the way to maps and go back to the journal. Okay, the hamster journal. We've done now set selection for base, building exploration, and next one is type of research, which we have already done this already. Okay, we've done this already. I showed you guys just now the type of research. Now building tiers. So of course, the increase in the tier, the more resources you can get. For example, I'm going to go back out on here. Let's now go to a building that I fully upgraded, which is this one. As you guys can see, I have fully upgraded this building. I've done everything, but I still have more to do. There's still lots to be done. But before I can go to the next tier on this video, as you guys can see, it's still white. And then it says I was still in tier 1. Okay, I'm almost getting to the level to go all the way to tier 2. But you can see a building with rooms fully explored to the maximum level can be upgraded. The news is I have not fully explored it. I've tried a little bit. I'm not yet done. But by the time I'm finished with that, this bar in building will be up to the end. And when it gets up to the end, all I need to do is click and upgrade to tier 2. It will show all events. This place where you're showing all events must be at the max level. It will show tier 2. Okay, And that is basically how you go from tier 1 to tier 2. And of course, 1 second, I'm going to go all the way back to the map so we can get into our brochure, our journal, and then building tiers. It says, to make it easier, items of different tiers are highlighted with frames of various colors. Tier 1 is white, which is all of my buildings. I've not yet gotten into any tier 2 yet. Tier 2 is green. The circle is going to be green. Tier 3 is blue, and tier 4 purple, and 5 is yellow. So those are the different tiers in the game. Now, access to new buildings. The more you upgrade, the more access you get to upgrade and unlock new buildings around the map. Apparently, as you guys can see, I've already done as much as I could do. I have unlocked all the buildings I can unlock currently, which is 18 out of 18. Now, let's go to the next thing. We've just talked about access to new buildings, easy as ABC. And now resources, very, very important. Now, resources are the engine of progress in Hamster King. They are essential for many upgrades, and you can use it to upgrade buildings on your base, which I'm going to show you guys now. So we go to base, construction, and you guys will see new constructions. I could not do any new construction because this one is only available to people that played the closed beta. I cannot do this one anymore. So, but then building upgrades is with your resources. So we can upgrade this one to level 2, upgrade it more even to level 3 because I've gotten lots of resources. Okay, now we're going to go back to the map, click there again. Where is it? Where is it? Resources. So we just did the first one, upgrading buildings with resources. The next one is strengthening combat hamsters. To do that, first of all, if you did not get what I just did, the first one was upgrading buildings on your base. You have to come to base. Base is just on the right of maps. You click in constructions. You can see my constructions. You have to build something first before you can upgrade it, right? It was previously in new constructions. I built all of them, and then I can now upgrade it in my constructions. Okay, so that was the first one. Now going back to the journal, and then 1 second, resources. The second one is strengthening combat hamsters. Now, just on the right of maps is hamsters. And you can see this is the Brutal Brotherhood. I've upgraded them a whole lot of 5,000, almost 6,000. They can take on anyone currently. Let's use Paws of Anarchy. They're still on 2,200. So you can just pick anybody here. Let's pick this level 1. And you can see this arrow going up. We click on it. And then we level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, keep leveling. And we do that all the way till we cannot do it anymore. Currently, I cannot do it anymore because not enough resources. I need whiskey. And it can only be found in tier 2 buildings. So until I upgrade my buildings to tier 2 level, I cannot find any whiskey at all. So I hope you understand that. So cancel. And then we're on level 10. If I go back now, you would see we were on 2,000 what? What were we on? But currently, I think it has upgraded a little bit, you know? The more we do that for the other players, the more we do that, we're on 2,300 apparently. Let's get this one to where we can upgrade no more. We cannot upgrade anymore. We're on 2003, now we're on 2004. You see? So as I keep upgrading them, the power level keeps increasing, which we can use to fight enemies. Good. So now we're going back to the map, going to the journal. The next thing we can use resources to do is renovate buildings. Now, you guys already know what renovate building is. After you've completed a tier, you can upgrade, you can renovate the building to the next tier. Now, conducting research in buildings and much more is what we already know. We go all the way to map, click any building. Let's go all the way to, let's conduct a research here. You guys can see on the hotel, conduct a research to the max. This is simply conducting. So this is the thing to use your resources for. So I hope that is pretty much clear. We just have to wait for this one to get all the way to level 5 right now. And done. So we've done that already. Now let's go back to the journal. 1 second. Let me go back to the journal, and we have resources. We've already done all of this. Right. Now the next one is investment in special buildings. So of course, Special buildings will be noted by the way they look from the roof. Okay, it's very important to have some special buildings. You don't need to, but of course, to give you some special resources. For example, if you go all the way to maps now, I have a couple of special buildings. Over here, you can see I have an investment casino is a special building. Okay, so that is that about that. And of course, we can upgrade it as well. We get some nice resources from here. Most of those things you need to upgrade, you can find them in some special buildings. Now, let's go back to the journal because we're just using the journal to guide us through influence points. So influence point, the more buildings you make, the more upgrades you make, your influence points keep increasing. And for example, now my own influence points is currently on 420. So the more I keep upgrading, for example, it's currently on 420. Let's go to this level 4 building in military and let's unlock to max level. Let's do it. See, you see, it went all the way from 420 to 421 for finishing that research in that building. Okay, so that is also pretty clear. And then after that, we're going to go all the way to battle hamsters. I already showed you how to upgrade the battle hamster. We can keep improving their level, increasing their level so that we can take on enemies. How do you take on enemies? You need to come back to the map, choose a building. So let's see this level 25. Nice. We have a battle here. See, we can fight against the golden paws. They are level 1, so it will be pretty easy to fight them. Now we can choose a cartel. Can you imagine? We have 5,000 here, 98% chance of winning. And we definitely won and we got some more rewards. Tap to continue. We keep playing and we keep winning, okay? Because we've upgraded those guys already very high. Now going back once again to the journal, Hamster Base is now the most important thing. So when you come to Base, this is basically everything you can find in Base. And all you need to do on the Base is to tap. The more taps you tap, the more hamsters you get to do what you're there to do with it. And as you keep tapping, you can get hamster balls where you can get more cartels, more people to fight for you. So I'm just going to tap it to the end and hopefully we get, you guys can see lots of balls just dropped. We're going to keep tapping. In every day, in every 24 hours, apparently you can get 40 balls. So you should make sure you tap a lot throughout the whole day to get all your 40 new members. Okay. So after tapping, we get much more balls. You can see we got a special one. Then all we need to do is come all the way back to hamsters, which is left. And then we look up here in the top corner. You can see new hamsters. We open that. We have one event spring hamster ball. Let's just open all. And it gave us a tier A fighter. We can open all the next 10. We get more fighters. And directly they go into, one second, we still have 4 to open. So as you can see, directly they go all the way straight into your brotherhood. For example, sorry, not your brotherhood, your cartels. Now, as you guys can see, brotherhood is already up to 6,000. Paws of Anarchy, we did not get lots from there. Golden Paws increased, and basically that is how it is. So that is for the base. Okay, now going back to the journal again, because we're just using the journal to find a way to explain it so that you guys can understand properly. Now we've talked about basically everything. We've already talked about hamster ball. We've talked about recruits indirectly. Recruits are those ones where you tap, you get recruits. Okay, they're used to complete researches. They're used to go fight. They're used to do lots of things. Hamster balls, we already talked about them. Passive resource income is after upgrading all of your buildings, doing something. Then when you log out and you come back into the game, you'll be able to claim some amount of resource. Okay, so it says the more fully explored rooms, so the rooms that you've explored fully will give you much more reward. So if you just leave a room at level 5, you wouldn't get anything from it, but if you've done it all the way to 100, you would get a lot from it. So guys, I think today I have tried my best to now explain it properly. After this, you should not have too many questions, because if you have any questions, you can just come over to the journal, read these things, and use it to navigate yourself. Okay, now there's still no easy way out. Now you can just still play the game, but of course, new tips and tricks will be coming every now and then. And finally, the thing I want to show you guys is here in this briefcase up here in the top right corner, you can see the inventory. So these are the inventories. So these are the resources you've gotten that will be used to upgrade different things, different points in time. And finally, you have the shop, of course, where you can buy much more resources with the caps. And it's really lovely because you don't have to spend a dime. You don't have to spend a dime at all. If you can get lots of Hamster Cola caps, which is this red one up here, not that one, this one, Hamster Cola caps, you can buy lots of these packets. Okay, you can buy lots of this, and each of them have different tiers. So if you're in tier 1 and you're buying tier 4 things, you're just wasting it because you will not be able to use it for anything. You need to buy the tier 1 when you're in tier 1, and you get many rewards you can need for upgrading your tier 1 levels. So guys, that has been a very long video. Very long video. Thank you so much for sticking by. Of course, make sure you smash that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day, and peace.